Pisces, it's Yvonne here to do your reading. Before I go any further, the What's Cracking reading was very strong Pisces energy today, so you might want to watch that. Just before we go any further, though, let's just give a quick spiel on Pisces. So if you identify as a Pisces, it's more than likely your sun sign. So please remember that you have a lot of other planets in your sign when you were born. So really pertinent, your moon sign, your rising or your ascendant, and also, we encourage people to watch their Venus sign, because if you're looking for love, it's a really good understanding of how you love. So if you have Pisces in your Venus, you love like a Pisces. I guess as the description of a Pisces, you might be a very deep thinker, you might have very deep emotions, you might be very dreamy. I always see Pisces as the poet. So if you're unsure how to do that, go on to Google natal chart, put in the details of your birth. If you have the time of birth, then you will get your ascendant or rising. If you don't, you can still get a very good natal chart. You can print some of them out and keep some of them for your own interest. So, if you are interested in doing that, please go and grab that. What else can I say? Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. If you are new on board, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, love to have you here. The channel has been around for around about 5 years, I think. So we've sort of accrued a fantastic following in that time, and some of the people who are on here have been with me the whole time, so they remember the days of the kitchen table talks when I wouldn't show my face and I'd be so nervous my voice would shake like crazy. If you are interested in personal reading with me, you can contact me at the email, the Aussie Goddess, all one word, all spelt correctly, no numbers, at gmail.com. The Aussie Goddess at gmail.com. I do have a website, but I closed it down because I was working over a period of time and didn't really have the flow through. So please email me if you need to talk to me. I also have a life coaching program. So if you're interested in life coaching, there's something in your life you like past childhood issues, whatever, I do have a life coaching program to work with you on some of those things, and understanding that I do have a background that I guess gives me a lot of insight into why things happen and your blocks. So please email me if you're interested in life coaching. And if you're interested in membership, then I've now got a membership program on my channel. All right, let's see where we're going then. We're going to use the Universal Celtic Tarot for your reading today. Everything green. Okay, so we have coming through the Four of Swords. Now, when this comes up in a personal reading, I often think that whoever I'm speaking to needs to take time out. This is sometimes like spending too much time in your head, overthinking things, getting in a bit of a pickle because you can't quite work out what direction to go in. Sometimes it means, you do need to take time out. Your body needs to rest. But certainly feeling here, maybe I'm talking to people who need to take more time to meditate or time alone, because there's a feeling that you may be feeling very tired from overthinking. All right, we have the 10 of Wands. That's actually good, and the 8 of Wands behind that. All right, are you burning yourself out waiting for contact from somebody? Because there is some sort of energy here of a cycle completing. But the 8 of Wands is communication, and we do have the King of Swords coming through. There seems to be an energy of overthinking something with quite possibly a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person. And there seems to be communication there, but for some unknown reason, you're overthinking the communication, or there isn't enough communication. I'll get into the reading a bit deeper, but I'm feeling like somehow or another you may be having issues or problems with somebody because they're not communicating with you, or not communicating effectively or enough. Let's have a look. All right, so we have the Hanged Man coming through. Wow, with the High Priestess. Okay, the 5 of Cups, we have the Emperor. This is very sort of back and forth energy here with you, Pisces. Card of Pisces coming through too. You could be dealing with an Aries here. Okay, I'm feeling like you're trying to work out whether something is worth putting your energy into. Now, remember, these readings can be further forward or in your future, or they can be already gone or could be happening or unfolding as we speak. There is an energy here that you are trying to work out whether someone is worth putting your energy or effort into, because to me, they're not either communicating with you or the communication is not what you think it should be. You know, I remember once dating this guy, and he, like 5 days, he didn't text me for, after we'd been dating for a couple of months too. So we'd sort of, you know, been going out for a while. And I said to him, and he said, I'm too busy. I'm working really hard and I'm too busy to text. And I thought that was the best cop out I've ever heard. I thought that was wonderful, because I'm thinking, how long does it take you to text? You can text on the toilet, can't you, without too much worry? So obviously you're not interested in me. And I called him on it, and he got really annoyed with me. He said to me it had nothing to do with me. It was him. He was too busy. I'm thinking, yeah, no, I don't get that one at all. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Okay, so unless you're working in a job where you cannot use your phone, this guy was self-employed, then there must be a reason why you're not contacting me. And there are only two reasons. Either you don't like me, or you're not interested and you're keeping me on the hook. Either one's not good enough. So what I want to say to you, it's almost like you're in the energy of trying to work out whether you want to continue something or whether you want to call it off. Now, it could be that you haven't had communication from somebody and you're not sure whether to let them go or not. Now, I was talking very much in the What's Cracking reading about abandonment, rejection, attachment issues. So sometimes when we're dealing with somebody and they're not fulfilling that part of us, then we can get quite freaked out wondering if they feel the same. That's why you're in your head here, because you're overthinking something. And to me, if you haven't heard from somebody for a while, you might be considering, do I stick this out or do I just go on my merry way? Because for me, there is a really strong energy here of making some sort of decision about somebody you thought was the bee's knees. All right, let's keep going. All right, have the Ace of Wands with the Magician and the Two of Cups. All right. I think it's time for you to have that conversation with this person. I think it's time for you to have a conversation. There seems to be a new beginning here. You have in this reading 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas out of 7 cards, which is pretty heavy duty. The Two of Cups is here with the High Priestess, and I have the Emperor. So it sort of makes me feel like you thought something was really awesome with this person, and now they're proving to be a little bit elusive. But your person may have some trust issues too. So I feel like it's time here to have that conversation. Let's keep going. All right, I have the Page of Pentacles with the Six of Cups and the Strength card. I love it. So you've got another major arcana here. So half the cards on the table are major arcanas. I feel like here you may be wondering what happened to somebody that you had maybe dated in the past or had some sort of connection with in the past, because I have the Six of Cups here. But I also want to say you may have met someone that you feel was it really right for you with this Emperor card. Like sometimes we meet people and we think this person's ideal for me. And I'm not talking about manipulative people who make you fall in love with them, because they are out there too. This to me feels like you've met someone who you feel really comfortable with, conversation flows, you have enough in common and enough out of common to get along nicely with them. And things seem to be flowing really well, but I feel like you've got some sort of lack of communication here. Now, it might mean the communication's there, but maybe this person isn't getting deep enough or isn't sort of opening up to you, which to me is trust issues. Some people are really scared of opening their hearts to people for fear of getting hurt. And I'm not saying you have to nursemaid or rescue people. I saw a really good TikTok yesterday and I thought it was really good, you know, about us as fixers, menders, savers. We're trying to constantly fix things, and it isn't ours to fix. The other person has something to do with it too. So that leads to that whole sort of Six of Pentacles energy where you're putting in all of the effort and your person's putting in very little. And someone said, but I have to do that to get communication. I'm like, you don't have to do anything. If somebody's not communicating with you, maybe it's not the right relationship for you. But the Strength card is coming up at the end here. So I'm feeling, you could be dealing with a Leo here. I'm feeling strongly that you have power and control in this relationship with the Magician right in the middle of your reading. So to me, I think that you don't realize how much power you've got in this relationship. But remember, if you're always doing the work, you're always doing the communication, you're always putting all the effort in, why is the other person not doing that? Are they not doing it because you're doing all of everything, in which case toxicity will just start to take over? Or is it that this person is fearful of this relationship and doesn't really know what's right and what's wrong for you? I have heard that said to me before too, you know, where someone's, you know, been a little bit sort of standoffish, and it's been me because I've said something and they've tried to keep me happy by doing things a certain way. And that may have been misinterpreted. But for me, I feel like whatever's going on here, it is very possible you can have that conversation and set it straight. All right, so we have you overthinking something. I feel like you're putting an end to something here, or fearing that you need to put an end to something. Communication here from a King of Swords may be very strained or non-existent. And I do have another major arcana here with the Hermit. I feel like if you're overthinking something, if you're worried that, you know, things aren't right, or you are overthinking something because you think somebody's going to leave you or not put in the effort, don't fill in the gaps. Step back. It's up to them too, Pisces. All right, let's just read you an oracle card here. You know, it's sometimes just something we do. You know, we try to rescue people. I don't do it anymore. I can't really say that I do. But I spent many years doing that, always filling in the gaps, always rescuing, always trying to do the right thing. And I thought that was normal. That's upbringing. You just think that you have to normally always fix things, always feel responsible for things. And I say to people now, not your place to fix it. You can't fix a person. They don't want to do it. They don't have to. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. Just move on. And if you really like them, putting that extra effort in and trying to fix it all the time is not going to help you. It's going to make the relationship or the connection quite toxic, which means that you will keep putting it in until you're resentful and angry, and you're going to lose the person anyway. So don't do it. They'll either take it for granted or they will turn it round. This card wants to come out, which is paradigm shift. Oh, I like that. All right, card number 4. That's a good one. You are undergoing radical growth in your belief systems. Now is the time to challenge old attitudes and question previous expectations. You are in an extraordinary or extraordinary time. Great leaps forward can be made in a moment. The world you thought you knew can suddenly break open and a new world can become your reality. Ask for what you want. If you feel somebody isn't making the effort or not putting effort in for you, then change it. Don't be scared to say you're not communicating enough, or, you know, I don't feel that things are taking off, or we don't have conversations that go a little bit deeper. You just seem to want to sort of stay cold and shallow. See what their reaction is. Maybe they're not realizing they're doing that, but at least give it a go, because for you, you need to make sure that you're getting back out of a relationship what you're putting in. So, Buddhists sometimes speak of the beginner's mind, that which assumes nothing and therefore is open to everything. A spiritual psychologist might call this the inner child, as it is innocent, curious, unfixed, and always learning. It doesn't get stuck on an answer having to be one way. There is an openness to the unknown with curiosity instead. So I'm feeling here, it says if you feel that you don't really know yourself, your relationships, or your place in the world as you once did, if you are feeling that you once held to certain now seems to be a little shaky. So these are signs you're going through a paradigm shift. So we're always learning. You never stop learning. And we do a lot of unlearning as well. So a lot of the stuff that we thought was right and correct may not necessarily be. So challenge yourself. Thank you.